The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM here in Accra and Kumasi. We are on Love 99.5 FM affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. We are on Radio Justice in Tamale, A1 Radio and Dreams FM in Bolgatanga, Fafa Radio in Georgia. We are on Ganga FM in Jirapa. We are live on X Spaces. We are on myjoyonline.com. The midday news is sponsored by Petrol Soul, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrol Soul is always a delightful experience. Also brought to you by Duro Plus Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes and water tank. We are the only water storage tank with a level indicator, and where Duraplus goes, water always flows. This afternoon, heightened security in Boko in the Upper East region as 2 persons are reportedly shot and killed by unidentified gunmen, sparking fears in the town. I'll take you live to the area for updates. Also, transport unions say decision to increase transport fares next week is still on the table, even though government is questioning the basis of the decision without consultation.
We have resolved to put a hold in the time being to go back to them, and then we have to discuss furtherly and give more reasons as to why we think that based on the paper, we are going to increase the fares.
We'll get to hear from the Transport Ministry as it makes moves to get the transport unions to back down.
We are saying that there's no basis for now. So normally you state that these are the considerations upon which the review is being made, so that it doesn't look like we are burdening the general public unnecessarily. So there must be some basis.
Also this afternoon. This afternoon, Senior Staff Association of the Public Universities in Ghana declare a nationwide strike, citing constant neglect of their welfare by government.
Today, the Senior Staff Association, University of Ghana, and the Federation of University Senior Staff Association, FUSAG, announced with deep regret the beginning of an industrial strike action by all senior staff across public universities in Ghana.
And later in this package, as Ghana faces 7-time AFCON champions, the Pharaohs of Egypt, later tonight in a make-or-break encounter, sports pundits say the odds are against the Black Stars.
Like they don't have anything good to offer the country. They just pick up the players from anywhere they find them play football.
Logically, Ghana cannot beat, but football has to be illogical for us to win.
We'll get to hear from some Ghanaians who are also expressing pessimism about the team ending Ghana's 42-year AFCON trophy drought. That and more in this afternoon's edition of the Midday News. I am Emefa Apau. Many thanks for your company. Let's dig in now and start off from the Upper East region, where security has been on high alert in the region following the reported attack by unidentified gunmen in Boko, resulting in the death of 2 persons. The cause of this latest shooting is yet to be known, as security personnel have intensified investigations into the matter to avert it from escalating. Correspondent Albert joins us on the line with details of what we are learning about this. Albert, tell us, when exactly did this shooting incident occur?
Yes, MFA. So we are told that this shooting occurred yesterday afternoon between the hours of 12 and 1 in the afternoon. What we are told is that the unknown gunmen opened fire at some tricycle operators near the Boko Community Center. And this was very close to the Boko police station as well. Now, 6 people were shot in this incident, and from what we are told, 2 of them died. One of them died on the spot. The other person, a 19-year-old man, died this morning while receiving treatment in hospital. So there are 4 other people who are currently receiving treatment at 2 different hospitals.
And we are learning that a staff of the Bolgatanga Technical University was also killed.
Yes, so this was a separate incident. From what we are learning about that incident so far, he was shot at his residence here in Bolga. The reason people think it may be linked to yesterday's incident is that the lecturer is also from Boko, and considering that there were shootings yesterday in that town, some people feel that he may have been shot, in relation to the incident. But as of now, there is no evidence that is pointing to a linkage between the two, because investigations are still ongoing.
Now let's check on security and what the situation is in terms of the information you are picking up in the area.
Yes, so what we are told is that because of yesterday's afternoon shooting, there were a lot of sporadic shooting last night, even during curfew hours. And so the military had to also intervene, also trying to calm things down. And from what we are learning, they may have also done some shooting. And so throughout yesterday night, there was a lot of gunfire in Boko town. Today, it's been a mood of tension, but security is on high alert from what we are told as we speak.
In all this, have we heard from authorities and what exactly have they been saying about this latest incident?
At the moment, our efforts to reach the MC have not been successful. We've placed calls on the regional minister as well, but we haven't succeeded in speaking to him yet. It appears that normally when these things happen, they go into RECSEC meetings and a whole lot of investigations go on. So we're thinking that later when we are able to reach them, we'll get to know what more is being done about the situation.
And finally, Albert, what about the 4 others who were shot? What's their state?
Yeah, so they are still receiving treatment. In fact, 2 of them are female. One of these 2 females is a 17-year-old from the information that we have gathered. But they are receiving treatment. What we are told is that they were taken to 2 different hospitals, Vineyard Hospital and the Boko Presby Hospital. So 2 each are in these hospitals, and they are currently receiving treatment.
That's Upper East Regional Correspondent Albert Sorry there giving us updates on this latest incident yesterday. 6 persons shot, 2 died as a result of this particular shooting, and we're told about heightened security in the area. As and when we get more, we'll bring that to you, but there's more on myjoyonline.com. Now, transport unions say decision to increase transport fares next week is still on the table despite government's intervention. Their latest move comes after the ministry questioned the basis for their decision without consulting them. Commercial transport operators and the GPRTU indicates its preparedness to increase fares by 20 and 30% starting next week, citing high cost of lubricants, spare parts and DVLA service charges. But the ministry waded into the issue, asking the general public to disregard the purported hike and stick to the old prices. Deputy Transport Minister Hassan Tampuli spoke earlier on the Super Morning Show.
I believe in a day or 2, probably we'll have a meeting with them to consider the proposal that they may have.
Right. What is that proposal? What proposal do you have?
We don't have a proposal yet. Normally, we would meet to have that discussion, but we haven't had the leadership come to us now. If you check the statement that was issued, it was issued by commercial road transport operators.
Yes.
Now, we don't have any such body. So this is a very new body that we are seeing in the public space. We know GPRTU, we know GRTCC, and then we know the other unions.
Well, but if a meeting has already been scheduled, then surely you will be coming to the table with an idea of what that increase should be, won't you?
That is the problem. We do not have any proposal before us because as far as we are concerned, the price of petroleum products from the last time the increment was made has gone down. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so if you're talking about taxes, for instance, taxes have not been implemented. So I don't know why we are going on the preemptive strike. So if there are any increase in taxes, you should wait for the taxes to come into effect.
Tampuli, I have a statement from the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU. They say they are increasing transport fares by 20% effective January 24th, 2024. So they have indicated by what margins they are increasing it.
We are saying that there's no basis for now. So normally you state that these are the considerations upon which the review is being made for the benefit of the general public, so that it doesn't look like we are burdening the general public, unnecessarily. So there must be some basis. There must be some foundation that prices of petroleum products have gone up. Spare parts prices of
and talking about taxes, the Ghana Revenue Authority, I have the Ghanaian Times in front of me now, page 2, and they've actually advertised that says the new taxes have taken the effective date of implementation as 1st January 2024.
What taxes?
Okay, let me just run them by you since you've asked for what taxes. Now, part of it is value-added tax amendment, which says, for instance, the supply of the non-life insurance contract is taxable under Section 48. And this is what the drivers have talked about, the fact that the premium is also increasing and it's having a negative effect on them. There's also the Emissions Levy Act, where if you're using petrol or diesel, you have to pay 100 Ghana cedis. All of these, according to the Ghana Revenue Authority, is taking effect, and the drivers make reference to these taxes. Mr. Tampoli.
Yes, like I said, we have to have a conversation. So we'll look at those taxes. How did they impact the lorry fare?
Well, let me bring in the General Secretary for the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, Godfred Abulbury. We're grateful for your time here on the Midday News. So you've been listening to the Deputy Minister on this particular planned increase. For him, there's no basis for this particular increase, and it appears you did that without consulting at least the ministry during that decision.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think, if the underlying was that there's no basis, I think it's not fair.
Hello, Mr. Abulbury. I would want you to please reposition yourself. We can hardly hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Much better, Mr. Abulbury. Thank you.
Yes, I am saying that the fact that our minister says there's no basis, the underlying word, there's no basis for us to do or talk about fair increment. No, I think it's not fair. Because even on the communique that our communicators are using, we have indicated some two reasons why fair increment is actually necessary now. And again, we had spoken to them earlier that last year there were some 3 tax components introduced, and then it affected all spare parts. Whether the cost of spare parts were increased more than 60%. But we tried to absorb that one, thinking that would have been the only side we are going to absorb. But it trickled off to all the lubricants and then the other parts, which we normally say they are the additional components that do determine the running cost of commercial cars. As if that is not enough, this year, we had agreed with the Insurance Commission that every year the insurance companies will increase their premium by 10%, which this year they had meant to increase the 10%. Only for us to be aware that the extension of that on the premiums is going to calculate and give us a higher figure than what we were expecting.
But Mr. Abulbury, the argument is that you are not the only ones burdened with these taxes, but it looks like at the least opportunity you would want to push the burden only on your consumers or your customers for that matter. 20%. What's the basis?
Repeat that. You repeat that. You say we are not the only. Repeat that. Let me get it clear.
We're saying the argument is that it is not only transport owners that are burdened by such taxes. We are all burdened by taxes, but it appears that at the least opportunity you want to push the burden on customers or your consumers. 20%. What's the basis?
Have you ever heard of this cola levy that workers in Ghana did agitated for?
Yes, I have.
Everybody within your workplaces has what affects you, and then you make that request. In our case, it's a tax that affects our business. So whether this particular tax we are mentioning do affect someone or not, but it affects our business negatively.
Well, we've been told to disregard this 20% that will take effect next week. What will happen? Are you meeting? What exactly is going to happen? The way forward?
Yeah, the underlying word is the meeting. They have not only just said that it's a disregard, but they are inviting us to their office there for a meeting, which we have been doing. But this particular reason why we came up with this particular communique was as a result of the effort we had done to get the attention of the ministry for us to sit down and discuss, and all that effort was futile. So now that we have been called to come and meet, we will put on hold our intention or our decision to review the affairs, meet them, and then whatever transpired at the meeting, we'll get that one to advise ourselves.
Well, Mr. Abubiri, we are grateful for your time. That's the General Secretary of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU. But we've also been hearing from the Concerned Drivers Association. They insist increasing the fares is not off the table. Here's the PRO, David Aguado.
I mentioned some prices for you on a parts and then the cars. It's very costly. And the cars are deteriorating. And we need new ones. When you go to our street right now, the only arrest police does these days is lack of maintenance. Why lack of maintenance? Because we don't have money to fix them. So 5% to me, well, it's a figure, but we'll get there. I know it will not be 5%, it will be more than 5%. So we feel all these things. That's why we don't want to enter into it that adding transport fare to it. But it is the last resort that we always do this.
So for you, the way forward is what exactly? I mean, considering everything that has been discussed, are you willing, as members of the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, to meet with the Transport Ministry together with the other groups, drivers' unions?
Yes, we have been doing it since time of Adams. So when we are invited, we'll go and we'll do the needful.
That's a David Agbado there speaking to my colleague Benjamin Akakpo on the AM show. Let's hit the Labour front now. And the Senior Staff Association of the Public Universities in Ghana have declared an indefinite strike over what they describe as the government's failure to address their concerns regarding pensions and the reversal of an illegal cancellation of their overtime allowance. We can hear from the national chairman of the association, Isaac Donko.
Today, the Senior Staff Association, University of Ghana, and the Federation of University Senior Staff Association, FUSAG, announced with deep regret the beginning of an industrial strike action by all senior staff across public universities in Ghana. This avoidable decision has been occasioned by government continuing disregard for the welfare of university senior staff concerning critical issues of pensions and conditions of service. Government has failed on several occasions to release our pension contributions on time. The Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission directed university management to cut off overtime allowance for weekend and holiday work, in which creates hardship for our members. This unilateral alteration of our conditions of service is against the Labour Act and our agreed upon conditions of service. The unions, that is FUSAG and Senior Staff Association, therefore demand the following. 1. Government must, as matter of agency, pay all outstanding contributions together with the appropriate interest from March to December 2023 using 3% penalty rate as stipulated by the Pensions Act at 766 section 64. 2. Government must, as matter of agency, do the recalculation of our accrued interest on tier 2 pension from 2010 to 2016 as agreed upon in the memorandum of understanding signed between the association and government.
Now, that's Isaac Donko, the national chairman of the association. Let's check on the situation, starting off in the Ashanti region and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, we are told is already beginning to bite hard. My colleague Nana Bwachi Dankwai Adam joins us on the line with details. What's the situation where you are, Nana?
I'm at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The members of the Senior Staff Association, clad in red, besieged the university administration to withdraw their members from work today. When we spoke to the leader of their team, he says that they are going around the university campus, IE halls, university administration, wherever they have their members, to withdraw them from service. And so as part of their indefinite strike action at the Kwame Nkrumah University, the Senior Staff Association are withdrawing their members from work. And so they say it will continue up until government speaks to their concerns.
That's my colleague Nana Bwachi Dankwai Adam from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I'll bring you back to Accra, to the University of Ghana campus, where my colleague Blessed Soga is on standby. Blessed, what's the situation?
Well, a couple of minutes ago, we moved away from the University of Ghana campus because we got wind of this information that the College of Health Sciences for the University of Ghana, which is situated at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, there is an emergency meeting between the senior staff, Legon branch, and those who are on campus here at the Kolebu Health Sciences College. And it's the reason for which we would like to engage the vice chairperson of the Senior Staff Association, Legon branch, who's here with us. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon.
So what is this meeting about? We know that yesterday, yes, you declared a strike, but what are you seeking to do with this meeting?
So, as you know, yesterday the national chairman was on our campus to declare a nationwide strike. So, those of us in Accra, basically, we need to come down to Kolebu to declare a local strike here to inform members who are not on the main campus what went on and encourage them to join the strike as it stands now. So, as you are aware, we are only demanding about 3 or 4 things. One, unfair labor practices, which concern fair wages and GTEC, writing a letter in December, varying our condition of service by changing the terms when it comes to overtime payment.
Right. But is there any indication that after this meeting you might change your mind? Or what are your members saying?
We are not going to change our minds anytime soon. Especially, we need our Tier 2 pension funds, which have not been paid since March to December last year.
If there's a message for government, what would that be?
We encourage government to take pragmatic steps as at now to release all those funds together with the interest. But the pensions act, when an employer defaults, you are supposed to pay a 3% interest on it. As we are speaking now, the third batch went home last year. They haven't received their pension lump sum or Tier 2. So we are telling government to take steps as a matter of urgency to release all those funds. We can't wait for the rest of us to go on retirement to come and suffer same.
All right. Your name again, sir?
Nathaniel and Suwasiede.
Right.
And that's my colleague Blessed Soga interacting with leadership of the association at the University of Development Studies campus. My colleague Martina Bugri joins us on the line. Martina, what can you report from where you are?
So for the University of Development, like any other university, they are on strike now, and what this means is that students will not be able to have lectures, especially first-year students who have just come in and they are having their registration. Now, when they are done with the SRC and they are supposed to go to their various faculties and then continue the process, there's a hit because the staff are currently on strike. And so the students are beginning to have concerns that they were hoping that it will be after COVID, they would have a smooth academic calendar. But with what is happening, they are worried it's going to affect the academic calendar.
And that's my colleague Martina Buguri with updates from the University of Development Studies campus. Taking us on a quick break here on the Midday News, brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. Also brought to you by Duraplus Ghana Limited, where Duraplus goes, water always flows. We've been talking about the heightened security in Boko in the Upper East region following the shooting of 6 persons and the killing of 2 of them. We return from the break with sports, and as Ghana faces 7-time AFCON champions, the Pharaohs of Egypt, later tonight in a make-or-break encounter. Sports pundits, unfortunately, are saying that the odds are against the Black Stars.
GoTV is stepping up your entertainment from the 15th of January at no extra cost to you. If you are on GoTV Value, upgrade to GoTV Plus to watch GoTV Max. Already on GoTV Plus? Upgrade to GoTV Max to enjoy GoTV Super. And if you are on GoTV Max, upgrade to GoTV Super to enjoy the best of the best on GoTV Super Plus. Don't wait. Step up your entertainment today. It's on us. GoTV. Love it. T&Cs apply.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a Petrosol station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
tells you we are ready for the AFCON, and later tonight, Ghana's Black Stars will be facing off with Egypt, the Pharaohs. Most of you have given up, but we know that there's definitely hope. We've been hearing from the captain and, of course, the coach on this. But Maxwell Agbegba has more.
Hundreds of football fans gathered at a popular Accra pub to watch Ghana's first match against Cape Verde. Expectations were high. Many were disappointed, with some Ghanaians now pessimistic about the Black Stars' chances of even qualifying for the elimination stages of the competition after the team lost against Cape Verde.
As you know, Black Stars, they don't have anything good to offer the country, honestly. So, me personally, I'm just expecting a loss. They will lose. Black Stars, we don't have a formidable team. They just, if they say, they just pick up the players from anywhere they find them play football, and they bring them in to come and play. No, they are not going to make any impact. They are not going to make any impact. And we are not going to make it out of the group. We are going out of the group. We are not even winning again.
I'm not sure. We need more prayers because what happened here was so sad.
Although at the time he had not fully recovered from an injury, some Ghanaians believed Mohamed Kudus would have made a difference. But sports journalist Patrick Osei Agyemang, popularly known as Songo, does not think Mohamed Kudus is Ghana's best player.
Who told you that? What has he done for Ghana or for Black Stars that makes him the best player? Tell me, the Kudus, with all due respect, yes, he is a good player, upcoming young chap. He's not our best player.
Well, some of your thoughts there ahead of the games with the Black Stars and the Pharaohs later tonight.
Yes,
but
MFA, you see, the pessimism is quite high as far as fans are concerned. But there's hope. There's hope because the last time, as far as the AFCON is concerned, the last time the Black Stars lost a game on match day 2 was in 1998.
And the last time we won the cup is 42 years ago.
Yes, but Jordan is saying that, yes, he says they will do everything possible to ensure that the record remains intact.
We will give our best, we will fight, we will present Ghana as well as we can, put in a better performance as a team, and hopefully everyone will be happy. As a team, as players, we are ready for the challenge, and we have to believe in ourselves that tomorrow we can have a good result, and we just need to keep on pushing hard. It's not easy, but you need to force the luck, and to force the luck, you need to work hard, you need to fight, and we're ready to give everything, we're ready to give our blood on the pitch, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep, that's Black Stars forward, Jordan Ayew.
And definitely a win, a must for Ghana later tonight. Thank you, Mubarak. Now let's focus on our sick hospitals. And in the heart of the Busa North Municipality, in the Upper East region, the Sandema Hospital, originally designed to be a haven of care, stands in a state of disrepair. Jojo Kobna has the first episode of Ghana's sick hospitals.
So can't you see, mommies and puppies, the sweat, you know that this be like the ice to your chest. So can't you?
It is an ultimate walk of shame for any visitor to the Sandema Hospital in the Busa North District of the Upper East region. If you were blindfolded, dumped here in the corridor, and the cloth is pulled from your eyes, you could never guess that this place is a hospital. The walls are dirty and the paint almost peeling off. The ceiling is moldy, greenish brown and rotting away. The corridors are dark and dingy. The medical superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Emmanuel Opoku, is unhappy with the state of the hospital, but he's also very worried about the safety of nurses and patients because of the gaping cracks in the walls.
When it rains, almost all the walls leak, including the medical soup's office. And during rainy seasons, it makes seeing patients very difficult because sometimes you need to get to a safe place to cater for the patient, and we'll be grateful if we could get help.
As the head of the facility, he works with the news team to show the dangerous state of the facility. A substantial and alarming crack traverses the length of the wall, extending from floor to ceiling.
So this was formerly used as a dispensary, but because of the nature of the cracks, they have to move to the other side.
That's our sick hospitals. That's the first episode. And Max and Jackie and Benjay are in the studios. And what are we talking about today?
Solemn Thursday.
Yeah.
It's the 10th anniversary of the passing of Komla Dumont.
Yeah.
And so hashtag Komla Dumont Memories has been trending.
For me, the most important thing is to know what I'm talking about, to know the stories. And if there's a cool factor, I mean, it doesn't hurt, does it? You're watching BBC World News. My name is Komla Dumont. And on Tuesday...
Yeah, so we have some messages coming through. This one here's from his sister. It says, from Marina Treba, it says, one of my fondest memories of my brother, Komla, will always be our early morning drives from our family home in Kwabenya, Accra, Ghana, to the studios of Joy 99.7 FM. Those were the very early days of his career as a broadcast journalist.
Yeah, and also Nanapa Namwa also shared this, and she said, Komla was such a reliable support system, never went a week without checking if all was well with me. Continue to rest in peace.
Vera Kwakofi worked with Komla Dumont at the BBC. She says, I can't believe 10 years have passed since we lost KD. It's been 10 years since I watched him walk up the stairs wearing his long dark winter coat, leather case in one hand at the end of a night with friends in Mayfair. I'm grateful for this memory.
Yeah.
So we can end with the Boss Player's favorite song, Tupac's Changes.
Come on. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Midday News. May your soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Komla Apelike Dumont. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Midday News. There's more when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil is up next.